Welcome to the James Bolt Show. Let's get straight into Iran because there's one thing Trump's critics are missing when they say stuff like this.
More than just being unconstitutional, very clearly illegal under international law as well, the war is also morally reprehensible. It's wrong.
Nah, mate, you're wrong. Let's get into it. From the moment Trump announced there'd been strikes on Iran, his critics on the left and the right have coalesced around an idea that the strikes are wrong because Iran did not pose an immediate threat to the US. From the geopolitical expert Stephen Colbert,
our country itself would be under threat, and it was very nearly under threat.
Very nearly under threat is very nearly a good reason to send our troops into harm's way.
to whatever type of commentator Tucker Carlson calls himself these days.
Because Israel wanted it to happen. This is Israel's war. This is not the United States' war. This war is not being waged on behalf of American national security objectives to make the United States safer or richer. This war is not actually even about weapons of mass destruction, nukes, chem bio. No, this war is waged purely because Israel wanted it.
But they are both missing one thing that Trump is clued in on. Because negotiating with the nuclear or potential nuclear powers is difficult. But as long as everyone involved is a rational actor, it can be done. So North Korea, Russia, China, these are all led by terrible people, but rational people. Putin, Xi, they don't want a nuclear war because they personally might die in it. And they won't be alive to rule over whatever nuclear wasteland they once called a country remains. But here's the difference with Iran. Their leaders are not rational. Their leaders are irrational, and it comes down to their ideology. Because we are all just creatures of our background, influence, and belief systems. They inform how we see the world and the decisions we make. And the Iranian leaders are hardline Islamists, but it's a specific type of Islam they subscribe to, informed by Ayatollah Khomeini, which shows what I'm talking about, Mahdism. So let me quote here from the Middle East Institute, which is a non-partisan US think tank. So Mahdism is a belief system centered around the return of the 12th divinely ordained Shia Imam, Muhammad al-Mahdi, whom Shia Muslims believe was withdrawn into a miraculous state of occultation by God in 874. And the concept of Mahdism is rooted in the belief that the Imam Mahdi will one day return to rid the world of evil and injustice. His coming will bring about one final apocalyptic battle between two armies, in which Shias believe that Mahdi and his forces will prevail over evil. This was Ayatollah Khomeini's belief when he took over Iran in 1979. And he saw a role for himself in it, right? Because rather than silently waiting for the 12th Imam's return, Khomeini argued, the 12th Imam was waiting for Shia Muslims to prepare the ground for his arrival. So Shia Muslims in turn had to be politically active and form an Islamic government to prepare for Mahdi's global revolution. And this thinking didn't die with Khomeini, but spread to his successor, the one Trump just killed, senior members of his government, and senior members of the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps, which is the government's military arm. So from the post-2009 period onwards, the doctrine of Mahdism has become one of the main prisms through which the IRGC and affiliated hardline clerics would understand the world around them. And the IRGC's actions as well as communicate that understanding. In turn, there has been a greater emphasis on viewing the IRGC as the military vehicle to prepare the foundations for the reappearance of the 12th Imam, with policy objectives such as hostility towards the US and the eradication of Israel being understood through this prism. So if Mahdists become the leaders of Oman's military, clerisy, and government, the Middle East Institute warns it would bring the three pillars of the IRGC's foreign policy, militias, ballistic missiles, and the nuclear program, under their control. So really, how far in negotiations about nuclear weaponry can you get with people that aren't scared about an apocalypse, who think they have a role to play in ridding the world of obstacles for the return of a religious figure? Every moment that ideology has power in Iran is a moment that the US, Israel, and everywhere else in the West is under threat. That ideology presents imminent danger by existing in the powers of government, and it's why Trump is absolutely justified in taking the leadership out. We should be thanking him for these strikes and wondering why all of his predecessors weren't willing to do the same thing.